Well, hi everybody, this is Arnik and welcome to my outdoor cooking adventures here. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna make a Eastern European kind of curry sausage. Curry sausage is normally from very known in Germany, Austria, but this is a little bit of a different version because, gosh, look at the cottonwood flying around. Oh man, it's almost snowing in the summer. Okay, what we gotta do is I'm gonna use a little bit of different sausage. The sausage what I'm gonna use is, well, the one I'm using is a Slovenian Kreiner Krolbasa, which is a little bit different. The curry sauce is gonna be a mix between mayonnaise and ketchup, but I'm gonna show you that one later. Now let me show you what we got here. We got that Eastern European sausage, which is a little bit different. And we got to use a bell pepper, a red bell pepper, small white onion or yellow onion, and a baked potato, which we're going to cut up those ingredients. Okay, now part one, what we're going to do is cut up the potato. And I'm usually going to leave the skin on. I would recommend you should, but if you don't, you can peel it. So what I'm going to make out of this is wedges, like, and you can make them as big as you want. Usually I kind of make them about this big. So put them in here. So there's about 4 wedges per half. Sounds about right, right? Yeah, sounds good. So okay. Now what I'm gonna do is a teaspoon of salt. Okay. Then I have a teaspoon of pepper, maybe a little bit more. And this is a mix of Italian seasoning and garlic powder. So I'm gonna put that in. Now I'm gonna add some canola oil. You can use olive oil. I'd rather use canola oil because of the high heat points a little bit, because in the air fryer about 2 tablespoons, and I'm just gonna toss this thing. You can use your hands, you can use anything whatever you want, but I think with the hands it's pretty good. So what's gonna happen is this is gonna go in the air fryer at 400 degrees about for 15 minutes. All right, I got the air fryer on. I preheated it for 15 minutes on 200. Here are the potatoes. What I want to do is to put a little bit of cooking spray in here. I mean, even though they're already oiled, but okay. All right. So what I'm gonna put in is the potatoes. Spread them around a little bit. And we're ready to go. At about halftime, we turn them around to make sure they cook evenly. And then we go to the next step. Okay, it's halftime now. It's time to flip those. Oh, they look nice. Oh, let me get this. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to turn them. Oh yeah, they're getting there. They're already a little bit crispy here, at least on one side. And yep, that should do it. And another 7 minutes, and that's it. Hey everybody, it's time to cut up the onions and peppers. So by cutting up the onions, you don't make it complicated. Just cut them up. For this type of thing, just cut them up rough. Don't have to be diced. Like, I mean, you can dice them. I mean, whatever you want it, but I see that. A few cuts here, and one cut, couple of cuts in half here. Do it. Okay, put that on the side. Now I have here bell pepper, red bell pepper, red bell pepper. So I'm just gonna cut that one up like this, just rough, because we gotta cook the stuff up anyway, so it doesn't matter really what size it is. I mean, you could throw, although I wouldn't do that, but here. So cutting this up like that, then I'm just gonna give it a rough in half. You know, you can make them smaller, but I prefer them like this for this dish, especially. Just about the size of this. That's good enough. Like this. I mean, that's it. So, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have to turn on. I have to make sure this is hooked. Okay. There we go. I hope it's not too windy here. Okay. So I'm gonna add a little bit of canola oil here. There. Yeah. A little bit more. Okay. That'll do. So, let's put onions in first. Oops. And something for the dogs, I guess. And let that cook up. Oh, you know what I forgot? Ha, gosh. You see, I knew I forgot. I should get a spatula. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. Hey, I'm not going to turn it with my hands. I'll burn myself way too many times. But anyway, I got the spatula now. So we let this cook a little bit. I got it on high here. By the way, this is a very good tool if you want to cook outside. This is a butane outdoor stove. Basically, that's what it is. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bell peppers in. So, and this stuff can simmer for a little bit. So, basically that's how it looks. And the next thing is, what I'm going to do is, while this is cooking, I'm going to cut up the sausage. Well, what I'm going to do is, at the end I'll cut it up in pieces. This way I'm just going to cut it in half and make sure this pan is clean. So I'm going to turn this burner on here. So while I do that, put a little bit of canola oil in it, or whatever oil you want to do. Whoop. Okay. Put that here. While I'm doing that, let's see how this is going. Yeah, it's cooking. Yeah, well, I guess that's what it is. You have to cook it, right? Okay. Well, I got 2 pieces of sausages here. This is about, I don't know, 7 inches, maybe something like that. Ooh, what was that? Okay. Just gotta wait until this is nice and warm. And, okay, now I've got oil is hot enough, so I'm gonna put these in here. Just those 2 pieces. And they're gonna cook about for 4 or 5 minutes, because they're already pre-cooked. These they're not like raw sausages. So let's see how this is doing. Yeah, this is coming good. And as I said, there's no seasoning in here. So yeah, the dogs are excited. That's okay. But that's fine. Dogs are excited. Who are barking? It's kind of like helicopters going over. So while we're cooking this, we wait on this. Kind of like turn them around and see what happens. It should be done pretty soon. Okay, it looks like the sausages are pretty much done. So what we can do is we can turn this off. Whoops. And take the sausages off and just let them rest. Just let them rest a little bit while we, let's put it there. While we, this is almost done. So it should kind of look like this. I mean, you don't want to burn the whole thing up. So the next step, what we're going to do is make the curry sauce. Okay, now since the sausages are cooked, what we're going to do, we have to cut them up like bite-sized pieces, like this. So cut that up. And the other half. Oh, well, like that. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we have 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise here. What we're going to add to that is about a little bit more than a tablespoon of curry powder. Okay. Then we got some uh, smoked paprika, about a little bit more than a teaspoon. A little bit for heat, some cayenne, and a half a tablespoon of salt. And to that mixture, I'm gonna press in a clove of garlic, just like that. Well, go in there. And a little bit of ketchup. It depends how much you want. You can put like a squeeze, like that. That's about right. So what we do is we mix all this together. There go the dogs again. They're really excited. So, since we have this all mixed up, this is kind of like how it looks like. So next thing what we're going to do, we got to add this to the sausage. So, add this to the sausage. Okay, see how it tastes. And we just all mix it up. And then pretty much after that, we'll be ready to serve it on a baguette. And I will show you that in a minute. All right, now here are the veg potatoes. They're done. So let's assemble this whole thing. Take a couple of those veg potatoes and the onions and peppers. Okay. Oops, come back here. All right. Now, what we got to put this, I have a baguette here. We got to take the mixture of the sausage. Maybe it's going to dribble all over me. So, some people like to put cheese on it. I'm not so big on it. You can. So, get like a few pieces here. And now let's go for the taste test. So, let's bite into this sucker here. Let's see. not bad for a Slavic, my version of a Slavic currywurst. Let's try the potatoes here. And this is how it looks. Let's try the onions and peppers. Nice natural flavor. Nothing to it. I mean, you could, if you have a bigger size of bread, you could probably put the onions and the peppers into the sandwich. But this is really good. Very simple. You can make this probably in 30 minutes. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you want to try it. Just something different. And it'll be good. Yeah, I like it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.